Hi, it's Liana, and I help you grow in sex. Today, I am going to approach the fact that we can program ourselves to become whatever kind of lovers we want to become. It's based on a question that I got on my YouTube channel, but it's also based on a very already proven and already known thing. We are what we repeatedly think, what we repeatedly say, and what we repeatedly do. So if you ever want to grow into whatever practice, I'll expand here the horizon a bit. If you want to become a better athlete, if you want to become a better seamstress, if you want to become a better pot maker, what's the word? Man, I'm not a native English speaker. I wished I was. So if you want to become better at building fences or painting windows or building museums, anything, you need to repeatedly do whatever your craft or your objective entails until you master it, basically, and become whatever it is that you want to become. It's the same thing that applies in your sexuality. Whatever you repeatedly do consciously will eventually become your second nature. And this is how you become a more romantic lover. This is how you become a more erotic or passionate lover. This is how you overcome a lot of your negative patterns, whether it's thought patterns, emotional patterns, or behavior patterns. You basically reprogram yourself. And you do that through conscious repetition of whatever it is that you want to become better at. So, yeah, the question that I got, it was for romantic lovers. And if we can become more romantic lovers by reading romance books and watching romance movies and thinking about and consciously fantasizing about the characters or the stories there. Hey, whatever path that you want to choose, if it makes sense to you, if you believe in it, and if you stick to it, not necessarily sharp disciplined, but disciplined. So if you do it on a regular basis, yes, you're going to start to embody, feel, say, or utter, and think whatever you set out for yourself. So in a nutshell, yes, you can become whatever it is that you want, but you also need to make sure that it makes sense with whatever you are, whatever destination you want to reach eventually. And it's not to say that the journey doesn't matter or the destination isn't important. They both are, but your destination needs to make sense. Otherwise, you're starting to practice things without a destination just for the sake of testing this. It's not strong enough. You're not going to stick to your repeated practice. So consider that. I mean, I wouldn't play with this aspect if it wasn't really important for me. I wouldn't start engaging in something that I know I'm not committed to. And if you want to know more about first of all, the kind of mentality that you need to have for being a more romantic lover, for being a more erotic or sexual lover, then there is a video that I did on the Erotic Mindset. I will link it under this video in the description. And also, I have a class that you can take, it's on Udemy, where I also approach, among many other things related to sexuality, I also approach the beliefs that we have in sexuality and how we can identify them, first of all, and then how we can consciously change them so that we can see changes in the situations that we're dealing with every day, in the people and the way that people react to us or behave or relate to us, and ultimately in whatever it is that we read into our reality, because this is also worth mentioning. You can have a completely neutral situation, and a lot of Buddhist practitioners think that there's a vacuum in absolutely everything, situation, person, thing, object, place, and we, the ones that are there, we give it a certain interpretation, a certain meaning based on our thought patterns. So I have to also say this, the only difference that you might see eventually is that you're reading different things into the same situations or similar situations. And that, if you think that it's juju without point, then I need to tell you that can change your experience simply because you're seeing it differently. Therefore, your thoughts and your emotions are different and you relate to it differently. And sometimes that's all it takes for you to change a relationship, a situation, an outcome, anything. So yes, to answer the question, you can program your mind in whatever way you want to, and not just your mind, your entire self, to become a more romantic lover. You can choose various techniques. You can choose to think about all the characters that you're reading in books or seeing in movies, but you gotta somehow find a way to include those thoughts, fantasies, whatever they are, into your daily reality. Because otherwise it might take really long until you see yourself becoming whatever it is that you want to do. I'm very practical oriented, so I'm gonna bring you the example of athletes. It's no secret that they visualize the games that they're about to play, the competition that they're about to sign into, but they also train. So they don't just stick with their imagination, they also start doing things. So it bears repeating this. Think about things, visualize them, fantasize them, whatever the source is. Your brain is not going to tell the difference between something that you see in front of you or you read or you watch on a screen. To the brain, it's all the same. The catch is that you start doing these things. You start to change your behaviors, your speech, the way you speak, the way your posture is, what you say, to whom you say, with whom you socialize, and how you socialize. So you're going to start to really embody those repeated fantasies or concentration on things. So it is about also making it happen, so embodying it. You're in a very physical and pragmatic and concrete existence, so you need to work on that level as well. It does start with your mind, with your definition, with your imagination, but it needs to gradually and slowly become a reality in your body and whatever you do. So I hope this answers. I hope that you grow in your romantic life, in your sex life, whatever you want to choose for yourself. And I hope that this confirmation here helps you. Check out the other video that I mentioned. Check out a class that I have on Udemy. It's about roadmap to sexual development. I mentioned about a lot of things, including your beliefs in sexuality, how you identify them, and then how you start to consciously change them. I also look at practices, so there's a plethora of ways in which I can be of help to you. The only thing is that you believe in it and that you start doing it. So that's it, guys. I'll see you in the next video, which will be tomorrow, and let me know how you grow in sex, because this is what we are about here. Bye.